practice group discussion skills. You cannot learn it from the books, you need to practice it. Okay, means you are discussing. When in the groups here, sometimes we ask you to do the group discussion, right? So normally what we see is you are talking to each other, but not listening. Or sometimes some members are on the phone, or some members leave the other members to discuss and do something else. So that is not a group discussion. So you need to practice the group discussion skills, put into the practicing groups, get the skills to observe, somebody to observe you, how you are discussing. Are you allowing some other people to talk or not? Sometimes it happens that when I do the group discussions, sometimes I don't allow people to speak because I feel I'm correct. So I don't let them complete. I interfere in between. So usually the people who are observer, they tell later on, oh, you are actually interfering others. So you need to practice it. It's natural. Whatever is in your whatever is your nature, in the group discussion it will come out. If you are aggressive, it will come out as aggressive. If you are not allowing other people to however you practice, when you are growing into the flow of group discussion, the true nature will come out automatically, right? So that is the job of the leader, to let other people stay in their limits. So you need to practice those skills, but it comes out of a practice. Sometimes you want to say something, then before you want to say, you need to understand, do you really need to say this out or not? Is it the right time to say? Have the other person finished already or not yet? Right? Or sometimes we wait too much. Let other finish, then somebody else start talking. Then somebody else start talking, we wait for let them finish, then we will start. But by the time you are able to talk, somebody else has already started. So you lose the opportunity, right? So you need to have a way to say, I want to say something. Keep it right down. Don't keep it in mind. Write it down so that you know what you need to say. Okay? Spend a lot of time analyzing the group performance and plan the improvements. Okay? So normally we hear the group discussion in college canteen, train, bus stop, meetings, everywhere people come together. But before we start a group discussion, we need to remember a few things. Can we disagree without being disagreeable? Can we be analytical without being critical? So what is the meaning of can we disagree without being disagreeable? What is the meaning of first sentence? Can we disagree without being disagreeable? What does it mean to you? When you disagree with somebody, how do you behave? Let's say I am now, yeah. Sometime when you are disagree to something, the other person don't listen about it, right? That is called disagree, being disagreeable, because you don't allow somebody else to disagree with you. That is become disagreeable. So can we disagree without being disagreeable means, can we allow somebody else to disagree with our opinion and still listen to their opinion? You may have a right to disagree. It's not mean whatever I say you will agree to it 100%. But if I allow you to speak, then I am following the first one. We can disagree without being disagreeable. But if I don't allow you to speak, how dare you disagree with me? I am your boss. That becomes, can we disagree without, that doesn't mean we are not allowing somebody else to disagree with our opinion. We are getting disagreeable already, right? So you need to allow other people to disagree with your opinion and accept their disagreement respectfully. So you need to listen to them and say, okay, I agree, I get your point. Normally it happens nowadays when I discuss more on the strategic aspects or with the other companies' head. Normally we agree, okay, when I say something, they will not agree, and they are not bound to agree. And it's a very important skill in negotiations also, which we're gonna learn if we have time. That you need to agree. Understand. You need to let other people disagree with you, but let them understand what is the point of disagreement. So you need to let them know, okay, if you are not agree with me, what is your opinion? What do you think? And then see, is it their opinion makes sense or not? So open-minded, not get defensive. If let's say somebody is not agree with you, and he put a counterpoint. If you have a defensive situation already, it means you are still not getting disagreeable. You are still disagreeable. You are still not allowing others to disagree with you because you put a defense. So don't get defensive in your opinion. When you want to get defensive, you tend to get aggressive because you are saying, how dare you disagree with me? There is a reason. Correct? So you don't want to be disagreeable, not defensive. The second thing is, can we be analytical without being critical? So what is the meaning of this? If you want to criticize somebody, if you don't agree with a point, don't just criticize. You are stupid. You don't know anything about it. Or if I tell you, no, I don't agree, as per the study or as per the data, 58%, let's say we are saying that our customers are not happy with us. So if I am the salesperson or I am customer relationship manager, I will say, are you stupid? You don't know what you are talking about. That is being critical. But if you say, no, actually as per my survey, 58% of the guests are they are very happy with us, satisfied with us. So how do you say the customers are not happy? So you are giving a data to support your answer. So that is analytical. We need to support our argument with the data, with supporting figures, not just our critical. Okay? Can we be assertive without being aggressive? Again, putting your point in positive manner without getting aggressive. Can we listen and not just speak? Sometimes you need to give time to other people to explain, right? They may not be as fast as you are. So you need to give some time to let them speak and not just only keep on talking. Okay? Some do's and don'ts in the group discussion.